Hi Capricorn, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly horoscope for the month of September. This is a really big month for all of us because Mars, which is the planet of action and ambition and passion, as well as sexuality and aggression and combat, stations retrograde on September 9th at 28 degrees of Aries, and it stations direct on November 13th at 15 degrees of Aries. And Mars is how we move ahead. It's how we get things done, how we have the courage to proceed forward. And Mars entered the sign of Aries on June 27th and entered your house of home and family and your emotional foundation, where it will be transiting until January 6th of next year. And that's an area where a lot of activity and energy is focused in your chart right now. So whether it's projects around the home, whether it's that you work for yourself and you have your own business, that's an area of a lot of energy for you. You have been the headline act of the year with this historical lineup of planets in your sign, with Saturn, which is the ruler of your sign, meeting up with Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth, at the world axis. They have not met up in your sign of Capricorn for over 500 years. So that was a historical tale. Jupiter is also in your sign, expanding this whole story of death and rebirth on the global level, and you've been going through a lot of restructuring, and the eclipses were in your sign, and the nodes of fate from November of 2018 until May of this year. So much restructuring in your life. And now with Mars retrograde, it's time to recalibrate. It's time to recharge. You have been working within a lot of limitations and restrictions, and out of all of the signs, you are the most adept at doing so. But still, it's time to figure out your strategy. It's time to seek a little bit of solace at home during this challenging time. And again, Mars is where the action is, and for you it is in your sector of home until the beginning of next year. But you're also going through so much restructuring and have been for quite a while. And so, it's going to be frustrating. Mars has been clashing with the planets in your sign since the beginning of August, which can feel held back, can feel frustrating for you and frustrating for all. So with all of that said, we begin the month on September 2nd with a full moon in Pisces, which falls in your house of communication, thoughts, and ideas. And that's a really nice full moon that forms a nice aspect to Uranus and Taurus. It's a sextile, which is an aspect of opportunity, and that can be an innovative time. It's a maybe completion on a project you've been working on. Maybe it's a writing project or some kind of a business idea you've been working on. And then on the 5th of September, Mercury, which is the planet of communication, thoughts, and ideas, enters your house of career, where it'll be transiting until September 27th. And that's a good time for you for communicating with all types of people, for launching ideas, for networking in a sense. But knowing that Mars is retrograde, it's not the best time for launching something new altogether, but something that you've already been working on or something you're returning to, that's a really good use of the energy. And it's just favoring communication of all forms. And on the following day, Venus, which is the planet of beauty and love and creativity and money, enters your 8th house of intimacy and wounds and healing. And that could be good for dealing with some wounds, because you have been dealing with so much. Every Capricorn I know has been going through major changes in the last few years. It's good intimacy, and it's good for financial endeavors. I mean, that is the house of joint resources and investments. So hopefully that brings some good positive luck in that area of your life, as well as intimacy and sexuality. And on the 9th of September, we have Mars officially stationing retrograde. So we're all going to feel that big cosmic pause in the universe, so we have to deal with that. And on the 12th of September, Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and optimism and wisdom, stations direct in your sign at 17 degrees of Capricorn in your house of self. And that helps you to expand and move forward, even though we're still dealing with Mars retrograde. That's at least an optimistic step in the right direction. And then on the 17th of September, we have a new moon that takes place at 25 degrees of Virgo, and that falls in your house of publicity and promotion and higher learning and manifesting and optimism. And that's an excellent day for setting intentions around publicity and promotion, around what your hopes are. Maybe you're thinking of going back to school and you're launching new ideas in that way, but that's a very nice new moon. It makes a good aspect to all the planets in your sign, so that's a harmonious new moon for you, and I would definitely set new intentions with that. And then on the 22nd of September, we have the spring equinox, and the sun enters the sign of Libra and enters your house of career, where it will be until October 22nd. And the sun shines in whatever house it's transiting, and that is the Capricorn house in astrology. So again, that helps for professional matters. And on the 27th of September, Mercury exits that sector of your chart and enters the sign of Scorpio, where it's going to be on and off for quite a while because Mercury will be retrograding later in October. So it's going to be entering your house of friends and groups and networking and social media. And it will be there on and off through the beginning of December. But that's excellent for connecting and networking with other people, for reaching out to people. Maybe you have your own business and want to promote yourself with social media. That's an excellent energy for that. It's a really good energy for getting involved with your community and just with different people and connecting. And on the 28th of September, Venus, which is the planet of beauty and romance, makes a beautiful aspect to Mars. So Mars is in your house of home and family, and Venus is transiting in your house of joint resources. So that maybe is a creative project with home. Maybe it's a positive energy around financial gains for you. And then on the 29th of September, this is a big deal for you, Saturn stations direct, the ruler of your sign, stations direct at 25 degrees of Capricorn. And we feel that energy 5 days before and 5 days after. And Saturn will be exiting your sign on December 17th of this year. So it's not going to be there that much longer. So really focus on what you want to commit to, because Saturn's been in your first house of self since December 20th of 2017. It's only going to be there a few more months. What do you want to anchor in your life? What do you want to build or rebuild or reconstruct? I wish you a lot of luck. It's going to be an intense month for all of us, but you are a very ambitious and hardworking sign, and I think you will be able to handle the obstacles ahead of us and to bring them into a positive direction and anchor your goals. So thank you very much and take care.